Ethiopia has finally secured access to a port without having to invade Eritrea by making a deal with Somaliland for their port of Berbere. Somaliland is an unrecognized state in the Horn of Africa, which broke away and declared independence from Somalia in 1991. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed met with Somaliland's President Muse Bihi Abdi. The agreement states that Ethiopia will obtain access to the Red Sea for maritime and naval assets as well as commercial assets. In exchange, Ethiopia will offer diplomatic recognition to Somaliland, who have been fighting to be recognized for the last 30 plus years. Ethiopia also potentially included shares in Ethiopian Airlines for Somaliland authorities in the deal, which is still a very worthwhile investment for Ethiopia considering they will no longer have to rely on Djibouti. This agreement is seen as a historic accomplishment in Ethiopia. However, the outside world had a different reaction to this agreement, specifically Somalia, who recalled their ambassador to Ethiopia because of the deal. The reason why this deal is a problem for Somalia is because since they don't recognize Somaliland as independent, but rather a region of their own territory, Ethiopia's deal with Somaliland undermines Somalia's sovereignty, especially since Ethiopia is the first nation to publicly acknowledge Somaliland as its own independent region.
Ethiopia's step is an offensive that endangers the stability and peace of the region, which was already wobbling with problems. It is a violation and an open invasion of Somalia's sovereignty, freedom, and unity of the Federal Republic of Somalia. The so-called Memorandum of Understanding and Agreement of Cooperation is null and void.
Abiy has already been criticized for this move, with some saying he is putting his own interests over common understanding. Egypt President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi vowed to support Somalia, which isn't surprising considering both countries are Arab League members, and Egypt already has problems with Ethiopia over the Nile River. Despite Somaliland not being recognized, it is relatively peaceful and prosperous compared to Somalia, which has been war-torn and divided for decades. But this doesn't matter to the outside world, who refuses to acknowledge it. Abiy's decision, although good for Ethiopia, could lead to more chaos in the region later down the line, which is unsettling to think about.